How you doing? We're gonna go right into the new chapter is the London system versus the Grunfeld. So we're gonna be going right into that. Okay, gotta X out of that. Let's do it. So this is our first one in the London system versus the Grunfeld. D4, knight f6, knight f3, d5, knight bishop f4, g6, e3, bishop g7, and c3, castles. And right here they're saying that the author says it's a reversed closed Cataline these those turns into they turn into heavy duty maneuvering games. So this right here does. Sorry, sorry guys, sorry. Mic down. Yep, should have done that. Okay, I'll redo this. So all this line here, we'll go back really quick. Okay, d4. We'll just get through to this point here, right here. Okay, my mic's backed out. Forgot about that. Okay, this is a reversed closed Cataline. He says that this is usually a heavy-duty maneuvering game. So that's kind of what pieces are going to be moving around a lot. They're not just. It's not going to be just a blitz. Takedown, KO. You're going to be more positional play. This is kind of the setup, a positional play. Okay. C5. Let's see. And then B3. This right here is there's this line here that's wait a second. Okay, gotcha. So C4. There's actually two lines that could happen after A. If you don't want to go C4 as black, you don't really want to play this. This is kind of a dubious move because this only helps white, because now he's got the open file, better pawn structure in the endgame, and white stands better here. So C4, Queen A3 is the only real chance, only real chance that you're going to get some counterplay. Otherwise, if you play dubious Queen C2, Bishop F5, and then Queen C1. This is really a bad setup for black, for white, very passive. All the activity is gone. So that's why you play. Remember A3, Queen A3 in the Grunfeld, the London system versus the Grunfeld. There's knight F5, knight H5. If you don't want to do knight H5, there's another line. There's rook to E8. Remember B3. Remember B3 when you play your queen to A3. Remember B3. The idea is to break down black's central control. So he takes H5. Remember, don't just slide your bishop down here to G3. Make your opponent work for it. Go bishop G5, H6, H3, G5, and remember, the author says, remember this move here. It's imperative that you play knight to E1, because if he takes here, you then can take back and look at the structure that he's left with. His king's wrecked. And then now we can remobilize our pieces and go after the weak H4 pawn or H6 pawn. But that never happened. So he played knight to F6 in that line. Bishop G3, E5, D takes E5. This destroyed white's black's center, so now black's stuck with a central isolated pawn. Knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, and then c2. This is an exclam move because you're going to pretty soon place your knight on d4, and it's going to outgun these bishops. Watch, takes, 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 and then here, this knight outmaneuvers the dark squared and the light squared bishop, and it's a better piece. So in this piece, the knight on d4 is an excellent piece. Just remember when this is played, remember to play g5, h6, and remember when he plays g5 like that, keep in mind e1, because the Catalan position's about maneuvering your pieces, and so if you're a positional player, this takes care of the knight, undiscovers an attack. If he takes, remember his structures like that, it's icky, gross. So knight g5, queen, bishop g5 here, because what we're going to try to do is we don't want to trade off our bishop. We're also eyeing the the e7 pawn. So f6 is forced, h, and then e5. If he goes g5 here, remember, knight to e1, exclam, takes, and then bishop takes. Now this is an even worse setup for black. If this is played, if not takes but knight to f4, you take, and then knight df3. Sorry, you're attacking here. This pawn's gonna fall, and so yeah, your knight's outposted. That pawn's going down. He's gonna have to push it, and then when he does, you just push up, and then you got to be careful. But you're better positioned here, so you have a better position. So bishop h, e5, b3. Remember b3 in this line. Remember b3. C takes b, a takes b. Now our structure's better. We have one pawn island, and black has two, which means in an endgame we stand better. So g5, bishop g3, knight takes, and h takes. This actually, it's kind of forced after g5, but remember, if you look how unattractive black's pawn structure is, all the gaping holes that are left, you know, there is compensation for that. So e4, knight to h2 is what was played, and actually gets an exclam because the idea is potentially either to go g4 or knight h4, and so you just have to keep that in mind. But there, the author says that he likes knight to e1, but says there's only one problem with it. f5, knight c2, f4, g takes, takes, rook takes, and then bishop. And there's black has some play, so it gives black some play. He says that he likes the knight to e1, rerouting to c2. He likes knight e1, c2, and then knight goes to e3. But the problem is, it gives black play, and we don't want to give black play. So the best line is actually knight to h2, f5, and then c4. What the author says, he likes playing the French defense. He's a French defense player. So he's this is, let me see, where are we here? Hold on. I have to make sure I have this. Yeah, good. Hold on, I want to make sure I have it queued to the right point. A French player like myself might have gone f4, I like white's position at the end. So he said this is what it is. E takes F, bishop takes E, G. The sclam, because now what you're doing is you're taking away. You're going to try to open up this position here and try to dissolve black's king side. If they take, you can always take back with your knight. So G4, exclam, rook A E8, takes, or takes, and there's a couple moves that white can play. There's King H1, E4, and C4. These are the moves that could be played by white in this line. Either one of these, and it gives white an advantage. But the game actually went C4. And it's an interesting move. F4, which is actually a dubious move. F4, no reserve. This is the no reserve gear. Black chooses to go forward and sacrifices a piece for several pawns. However, the compensation favors white. If black attempts to first consolidate, this is what he should do if he wants to consolidate. Right here, bishop E, then takes here. Let's see, G4 dissolves what remains of black's center. Even so, black still looks all right after King H8. G takes F5, knight takes F5. Rook takes F5, not knight. Rook takes F5. Black still is okay, but the center right here has been dissolved. So this is gonna be a vulnerable spot for black. Just keep that in mind. F4, he's gonna lose a piece here. C takes D, F takes, and then knight H4. Winning a piece for about 3 pawns. The position is crazy, but in favor of white. So he takes. Remember, be careful. Be careful. You don't want to take here. If you take here, you get a pin there, and it's basically game over for you. So you're gonna have to just step aside. Say, you know what? You could be right at the gate. You're the only one at the gate. So I'm just gonna walk off to the side, and I'm not worried about you, soldier. I have enough defenders right here to take care of anything that you're gonna throw at me. So he goes Queen C7. He also says Queen takes D. D4 is also good for white after takes, and at this point there's a dual threat for white of a check here, and then also a dual threat of taking there. So there's a dual threat of bishop to C4 and knight to E4. It's a dual threat of those two moves. That's why knight to D6 was an exclam move. It's set up for 2 threats: the bishop to go here and the knight to go there, picking off that pawn, and then attacking here with if we can get a bishop here, we can actually drop the knight here, rook takes, and we have a potential back rank. I'll show you if this is what I'm saying. If he plays bishop here, check, and if he blocks, we can actually take here. Do you see that? So what he'd have to do is at that point he'd have to move. So, but none of that actually happened. But I'm just wanting to show you that that's the idea. So, okay. King h1, queen to c8, c takes, bishop takes, a, and then knight, actually bishop e5. Losing his bearing in an irregular position, black is already busted no matter what he plays. For example, it doesn't matter, black is totally taken, he's done. Black, it's game over now. Because we just have too much development. All of his pieces are on the back rank, and we're breaking through. They're saying if g4 was played, knight to d6, with the threat of bishop to c4. So b takes, c4, knight, and then we take the pawn. Remember, you don't want to go into this yet. Take the pawn, bishop f5, and then queen to d6, and white's going to convert this ending. It's going to favor white in the end. He'll actually be able to convert it. He says that he did a little joke. He says principal meet a wing attack. So it's a joke. If your principal playing like all these pins and stuff, the wing attack comes in, wham, into the center. It's like, where'd that come from? And that's a shock of the life of black's existence with that. So e5, because if you think about it, it makes sense, right? You know, we're going after here, but they forgot a knight. So knight takes, queen takes, 25 there. At this point, e6 doesn't work either. Bishop e6 doesn't work either, as g4. Oops, I gotta put an exclam here. I forgot to put an exclam. G4, knight g4, this coordinates the black queen from the bishop. So the bishop's going to have to flee. The black queen is going to have to flee. So takes are, you have to do that, and that actually is what happens. Takes, bishop takes, rook takes, e3. Ooh, it looks scary. Oh no! e5, exclaim. You're thinking, no, he's going to attack our rook. But he forgot about the back door. Queen to c4, and the surprise of black's life happens. He has to actually go to king g8, and then wham, whatever hope black had for his passed pawn, it is gone. It's all over but the crying, and now a good time to resign would be here. I think you should still try to fight on, but you're just in such a powerful lead. So king g2, c takes, bishop takes, and then rook d7. I know what you're thinking. Why can't you play here? Well, look what's guarding it. Wham would happen, and you'd pick up another piece. So the king has to go to g6, and bang, we picked up a piece. Now we're up a whole piece. We're up just so much material. We're up actually 2 pieces now. And we have enough. We could even, if we ever had to, sacrifice one back for these 2 pawns, and you're still up a whole piece. So rook a to d8. Yeah, so this doesn't work either. e3 doesn't. Black gets basically destroyed in this line with a check, rook f6, check. Now we're basically setting up a net. We're going in for the KO, the takedown. This is the end of ends. Rook takes, check, and it doesn't matter what black plays. If he plays here, you have mate. You could take here, and you have mate. So the only move that black could actually play, which then it would lead to mate, it's resignable here. So black would just be good to resign. Otherwise, he would have to endure mate. But if they want to continue on, that's their decision, your opponent. So you can't stop them from that. And then queen takes a7, and it's game over. The continuation, though, the reason I put a box here is so you guys know where it stopped. This is actually the continuation if it was to be played out. e3, rook check, f6, queen. It's a credible move. Queen to f7. Wow. It looks like the rook can take, right? The rook can take. The king, right? No. The bishop protects it. That's an amazing move. King f8. Queen takes the pawn. Check. Bang. It's like, wow. G, and then queen takes, and you get the most standard checkmate. And the knight guard's there, so it's all over. The pawn guard's there. There's nothing left. And so let's read the summary. This is what he says here. Don't get nervous if black grabs a massive space advantage with, let's go back here, with c4. Let me see, have we gone back all the way? c4, f6, e5, and even g5. Don't get worried if you see his pawns doing this. Don't get nervous. Whatever you do, don't get nervous. He's shouldering the responsibility for much territory. It is not easy for black either. So he's trying to take as much territory, but he doesn't have the troops to actually, or the army, to guard all these weak points. He doesn't have enough to, if that gets taken, what does he do if this gets taken, that gets taken? You know, everything. Yes, it's under. It looks like he's black's doing really good, but he's just weakening himself all over the place. But he's got a ton of space. Don't get nervous about that. Don't panic and don't blunder. Whatever you do, just retreat back. Okay, just remember to challenge the opponent's center at every position, at every positional chance you get. Just keep remembering that at the right time, go c4, go e4 after knight to e1, go f4. You have a lot of central space. Remember, meet a wing attack with a center attack, because your opponent's having to guard his wing attack. So it doesn't have a lot. Your opponent doesn't have a lot of pieces in the middle to defend. So that's why you hammer right back as hard as you can. If he throws a punch, you counter, and then you come up with an uppercut. And the uppercut is this: if he counters with a wing cross, you hit him in the center and with an uppercut. Basically, when he's attacking here, all of his pieces are having to guard this territory. So this is what's lacking right here, this center. So you have here, here, knight here, and wham. So you don't fear. You guys have an attack as well. It may look like he's attacking, your opponent's attacking at this moment, but it's not. You counter, you duck, you go over to the side, and then you throw yours, and you win. Okay. Now we're going to go over Hikaru Nakamura game. I need to get a drink real quick, and then we'll get started. I'll remember to put my mic down, so don't worry. Ooh, okay. Alright, so we're going to look at a game. Nice. Let's see, what's this? Ooh, French. Classic variation. Nice. So, yeah, it's about right. Actually, first, this is actually what would be, actually, you can't play there, so my bad. You wouldn't play e5. A little too hesitant there. That's the true classic. That's how the classic. This is kind of a different line for sure. There's many lines to get to the classic, but the true classic variation is having a bishop here, having a bishop trade off, and then the queen takes. So knight e6, bishop e6, queen d3, castles, and queen g3. Wow. The engine's already going for a pretty good advantage here. So h8, knight f3. I like white already. I like white already here. I prefer white. c3 is a potential idea, but I think that's kind of what they're afraid of, and maybe black getting a grip on the c file. So bishop e3, check, and then c3, b5, b4, c takes b4, and then knight to f3. We're trying to go after the king. There's like almost the knight that was here is gone. So if we can get a bishop here, we have a Greek sacrifice in the works. Oh, nice move. I like the rook. That's a really nice move. Because you can take there, but your pieces are all developed. d3. Oh, in comes the Greek sacrifice. You gotta. This is gonna be fun to watch. This game's gonna be really fun. It's gonna heat up really fast. Yeah, there we go. Now it's coming. Yes, yes, yes. All right. He doesn't want to take here because you get wham right there, and then boom, mate. So you can't take whatever you do. If you take here, you can actually take back with the queen, and then if that's played, wham. And now you're threatening a mate. And even if he tries something like this, you can go wham right there. And if he tries maybe pushing, you could actually just come crushing through it with that. If he tries there, check, check, takes. And there you go. Now black's feeling the heat. So that's why he has to make a spot for the king to flee to. Queen f4, bishop g5, queen takes, and then king h8, f6. Now all we gotta do is plunk a queen in here, and we're good to go. He really can't take, because if he takes, let's say he plays there, right? Let me see, what could we actually do here? Probably potentially we would check, but no, I don't know if we get anything for that, do we? Oh, we do. Sweet. So this takes with the pawns a little too. This is actually winning here. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, hey, we even found our own thing. h4, knight f. Alright. That's right. You gotta love that. Truly, we're gonna rip open the center. I agree with you, Fox. This is really nice. Because now we're threatening queen to f. So if he plays here, there's no way really to stop the loss of material. It's over at this point. He comes there, you just grab that. Or even better, you could just grab here, and if he comes there, you just grab that, and that's mate. So better is this. Wow, it just lost. Tells you when you put your opponent under that much of a vice, they'll start making mistakes. Even the engines make inaccurate moves when they're put under that much pressure. Pressure can actually break anything. I've actually seen if you heat up like a tin can of water, you just let the top off of it just a little bit. You get it really steaming with a burner underneath, and then you put the top all back on. You hammer it back on, and then you put it into cold water. The can will actually crinkle in on itself and smash. And that's kind of what happens with players. You put them in the basically the kitchen or the oven too long, and then you start closing up the position, and then you put them into moves that are like ice cold perfect moves, and all of a sudden they just collapse like that can of empty can of paint that's under heat and put into cold water. Okay, so rook to g7. Nice. That's a beautiful move. And we take the bishop first. Don't get greedy, just take it. There. We take. Now we got another. The rook's attacked twice. The rook can't come here because, oh, hello. Meet my other friend, soldier number 2. Bang. Oh, wow. I gotta tell you, this one is a really good game. You guys need to look at this for positional play and attacking. This is a really good game. The engine played really good. Knight d7. Queen takes. Exactly. I'm actually gonna save this here. I'm gonna copy it because this is I'll try to put this into one of our game things. I'll see if I'm working on trying to figure out how to download those in. I'll eventually get it so that we can have like really good games like these playable, so you guys can go over them. Queen takes c3. I mean, rook takes c3. b5, rook, and then wham. You actually have, if you want to be really, let's see, you even have this, and that's not really nice, but you have this here. And if you wanted to play, if you wanted to just be not very nice, you have that. Or you have here, and then you have that. You could even take this way, and then he moves here, you move up, he pushes, and you get mate. You even have no, that doesn't work. I was hoping somehow to queen here and then checkmate him that way. Let's see. Maybe if we played there. Yeah, I think we can get mate if we guard here, and then he plays there. You have checkmate that way. Oh, wow, that's, let's see, like 5 different ways to mate your opponent. Nikes. That's power. And of all things, engines, how they calculate is they calculate through games. So this applied to some sort of position inside of a game somewhere. This applied to something like that, or a tactic or something, and they took that and then the engine applied it to the situation and picked the correct move sequence. Like it liked this type of move. But there was many other moves that you could play that were also as crushing. Alright, so you have another one? Alright, here we go. Let's see here. Let's see there, we already got that one. Okay. So black. Gotcha. I see that, Fox. We will do it. We will. B. I think it was in the Junior Open. Ru Feng, I forgot his, I forgot the kid's name, but I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. But he played it was either this here or that there. It was one of these, and they were like, it's just kind of like they call it his pat line that he sometimes does, and he'll just play a kind of sideline like B3, and then he'll fianchetto. He'll kind of do, Nakamura also does lines like that. They usually use it in blitz though. One second, I'm gonna get a drink. Because the blitz games are all about fast and activity, and if you have two fianchettoed bishops, you have a whole bunch of power like that, and your opponent might forget that you have two bishops here, and you might be able to win a piece like a rook or something. So bishop b2, knight f6, e3, e6, and knight f3, b3. Okay, so now we're going to try to fianchetto our bishop. d5, so he takes d5, e takes d5, and then bishop b7, bishop d3, g6. Wow, black does have a lot of counterplay. You were right about that, Fox. This is actually stopping any of white's ideas. Wow. So castles, a3 to attack, bishop a3 to attack the rook, d6, knight c4, which this has a threat of here, also a threat of there, because if you take, then you just come down and grab that. Then you could also just then take back and let me see here. You'd be up two pieces for a rook, so I think that might be beneficial for black in that line. So e8 to defend, c3, b5 to say get out of here, knight. Knight can't go here, here, or here, so he only has 2 points here, here. More likely e3 is the best point. This point here has really no play. There's no real way to get in. You'd have to go there, and the queen's there. So e3 is best. This isn't even as good, because that could be, if you played back here, this could be stopped with, oops, sorry. See, even I blundered there for a sec. That would not have been good. Uh-oh. What happened? Uh-oh, what did I do? I pushed the wrong one. Here. Ugh, that was scary. I wanted to delete that. I want to delete that, not promote it to the main variation. Okay, we got it. Queen b6, knight f6. Okay, let's see here. Okay, a4, a6. Because if he takes here, we take, and if he takes there, now our bishops will dominate. Domination. G3. Wow, a weakness Weakness. H3 is red alert, red alert. Let's see if we can get a piece in there. F6. Oh, sweet. You got mate right there. Loving it on H1. Wow. F3. You just provoked another weakness. Right there. B takes, A takes, and then Queen C7. This is getting pretty intense now, because we now have the potential for D5 with an attack here, a knight here. Yikes. B5, rook E1, because we don't really want the bishop, coming over there. Knight, yeah. Mine too. I like that move. E5 takes, rook takes. Now the knight's pinned. We can attack it again. Oh, C4. Yeah. Rook A5, knight BD7. we can't really play this at this moment because the bishop could just retreat back. I guess we could then pick up that here. What could he? Well, oh wow, my bad there. He could just actually grab this. And then say I have enough, come there. And I don't know. Is it enough for two pieces? I don't think we get enough compensation for that. Where? Oh, I gotcha. Oh, bishop E. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, if we go D, he's got that. And we're down too much material. Yeah, not a good enough exchange. But that would shell shock an opponent, though. I was trying to get, two pieces for the rook, but we'd be down too much material in that line. Interesting. This really doesn't do anything. It's kind of dubious because he has bishop takes at that moment. We do have queen B. If he tries there, we can trade off. Rook takes, check. Takes. And then we peck off a pawn, and we have a rapid exchange. So maybe. Yeah. So D5. White's in a world of hurt right now. They're predicting if that's played. You can take, and then say, ah, you're missing something, and then it's like, oh, you can't retreat back, so you have to retreat back all the way, and then it's like, uh-oh, but you can't really take that. So interesting play for sure. A lot of game here, a lot of play. I don't know if they'd take. Probably, maybe they'd maneuver. Maybe the engine would maneuver a little bit. Boy, I can't believe it provoked a weakness right there. That's like a weakness forever now. This pawn is guarded twice. Now this rook's having a problem. There we go. Takes, takes, takes. Knight takes. Bishop takes. This is pinned. So now, if we can get this traded off, which is what happens, we have a check here, and the king would have to move up. And now we got a pin, so we can actually drop a knight right there. So like, if this happened, I'm just going to show you in line. That's a potential idea right there. The queen would have to move. And then you can even sack a rook there, and nope, my bad. That's not that doesn't work. I was hoping. I just forgot the bishop covers that. Drat. That's not fun. Not fun at all. No, no, no. Well, maybe we just push in that if he takes here, then we can. Then our little thing would work. That you'd have to make a huge blunder on that though. Oh, nice. And you don't really want to trade at this moment because the knight's not close enough. Well, I guess you still have a potential. Wow, yeah, there's not enough that we can do here. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to catch it. This actually wins for wow. You got to be really careful there. The nice thing about this pawn though, there is no draw. So if this was traded off, this was if this was trade off, this trade off, trade, 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 and we got down to here, and let's say this bishop was over here, we can actually play a bishop to f6 and cover the queen square. And even if it came down to all these pieces, but these two were left on the board, there's no way for the king to the rook pawn is on the right square, as they would say, and it would be a mate because you would get your king here, the pawn there. When the king moved over, you'd bring your bishop there and you'd have mate. I'll show you. I'll give you an example. I'm just gonna let's do an example here. There you go. That's kind of what I was talking about. I kind of had to make some bad moves for white, but wanted to show you guys what I was talking about. This is what would happen if that was gone, that was gone, that was gone, all this. And it just came down to this. This would be the end result of the end game with mate. Okay, so we're trying to go after this pawn here. Okay, nice. We're getting to an end game. If you wanted to be not very nice, you could play there, and then when he plays there, you have that. And then he really can't even do anything there. Gotta be careful you don't stalemate. Oops, wrong spot. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out here. I think that's what happens, yeah. Just trying to figure out what we could do. Yeah, that was a fun game. Okay, I'll leave you guys this puzzle. I'll be right back. So you guys could take a look and wow. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually pretty good, Foss. I didn't know that it was 3,300. So that tells you even an engine can beat if played properly. Okay, I'll leave this with you guys. Put them in your, and then I'll call your guys' names out, and we'll go over the lines that you put in. Okay, be right back. So there we go. All right, what did you guys put in? Let's see. Yeah, I was looking at that line too. So rook takes bishop, takes e5, rook takes e5, bishop takes, oops, sorry, bishop takes e5, rook takes bishop. I'm missing something here. That is true. Boy, boy, boy. So rook takes e5. Rook takes e5. I'm not sure if we acquire anything out of that line. Huh. That does make sense. What Fox is saying is if we play, if we play bishop takes, he actually potentially has a perpetual. Interesting. Yeah, I think you're right on the perpetual though. Whoa. Now if he plays here, We could actually take there, which is actually best. Okay. Alright, that was a good one. That was perfect. Good job. Oh, F5, gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. I see what you're saying. A bishop takes. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. That's the best to pin, and then we take here. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So we're gonna have that's it. That was an interesting move for sure. F5 is the only way for black to draw, but that's gonna be super duper hard in that type of pressure for a player to be able to find that. Try to see if it has anything to do with the knight. Maybe it does. Hmm. No, the queen could take at that point. No. I'm trying to see if we can't shoulder maybe the queen out. We could take the pawn. Yeah, I'd probably say that that's about right. Yeah, that does would work, wouldn't it? There we be. That's just me. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Take a knight to e4. Oh, we can't do that. Can't do that. Bishop takes. Red alert. This, like you're saying, 95 is good. Yeah, 95 is good. Now that we take a look at it, that is actually a good move. A really good move. That's what you're saying about 95. G5 is an interesting idea, Fox, because if we try knight here, G5 is played. That's what Fox is saying, if you're wondering. We do have bishop here. I'm thinking bishop b5, g5, knight takes, g5, h takes, g5, bishop takes, g5, and we win something. I think we pick up our material again. What do you think about bishop b5? So, are you? I don't. I think he would take with the. I like bishop b5 because we also have the potential to take, and we win. So bishop, if we play bishop g5, and let's say he plays here, right? We have a potential knight, or even if see bishop g5, knight there, we actually have knight to e5 at this point. and we're going to pick up some material. We can actually attack it 3 times, the piece. With e5, the third one will be here, here, here. Now we're attacking. We have 3 attackers. We still retreat back, and I think we're still okay in that line. We can even triple up if we ever had to as well. We have this too. If we play here, he plays. Sorry, if we play here, he plays there. We have knight to e4 as well. And then if he plays here, we can actually take. Queen takes. Bishop takes. Takes. Interesting for sure. Well, it's all based on this pin, because when the bishop moved, it left the queen. So I'm thinking it has to do with something, either that, something here, maybe just even queen d3 might be an idea too. I think taking has to be right then. Because then after takes here, if he tries to take with the queen, we take here, he takes with the queen, we actually pick up a piece. So here, here, and I think we're still good with a bishop to b at that point. Yeah, I'm sure that that's more likely the move, yeah. If takes here, let's see what happens. What do we play? Yep, so we were right. This was the move. Let's see, plays here. Wow. H5. Yeah. And then you move B5 there. H4, let's see. H4, takes. Oops, not there. You push, and I think you'd have to take at this point. You could take. A one pawn, you're a one pawn up. So it's also good. It's a pawn up in that line. We're a one pawn up. One sec, I'll be right back. If we played G5, oops. Oh yeah, I thought I could play there, but we have a bishop here. Well, if we did G5, I believe he'd probably play there. Then first after that you would have to first take here. When the bishop takes, then you play queen. You play queen takes at that point. Queen takes, and then bishop takes, and you're up a whole piece. Let's see, if we play knight, bishop takes, knight, pawn takes, bishop, and then pawn takes, bishop, pawn takes, and then rook takes. No, the bishop didn't take. We have the knight moved to F. Let's give her a go. Yeah, I see that too. The only problem with, I looked at that too. He could just take. My second idea was potential knight to c6. Whoa. Yeah. I'm liking that. I'm liking this a lot now. Wow. Queen f6, loving that. That's actually a good move. You can actually, I believe, come back and check too. I think Queen f6 has to be the move. I really don't see any other compensation ideas besides that. No. Yeah, I think yeah, I'm with you on that. Oh, yikes. Don't tell me. Huh. I was thinking of that move. Snap. I see why right away it doesn't work. Because I think the line that you're talking about is right. Okay. Snap. Shoulda looked at that and actually went with our gut on that one. Sometimes your gut tells you the truth. We take there. He'll take here. Trying to see if knight takes c1 doesn't work. So knight takes c1. Bishop takes queen. Pawn takes. Queen takes. Takes. Queen takes. Should we? Is it takes here, here, and then rook f1, rook f7. We'll do this one here. Yeah, I'm looking at your B takes, but I agree with you, Fox. It's not as fast as we would like it to be. I'm just a little concerned about if we play here, what do you do there? I guess we could just triple up there. Oh, sorry about bopping that. Let's see here. I think that's, let's see. Okay, we'll do this one and then we're good. Yeah, counter thrust. Come on. Come on. Work with me. Something's wrong with this page. Let's pull up another one and see. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to, on that, call it a day then, because the puzzle site's down. Let's pull up another one. Let's give it another shot. Hold on, let's see. Come on. Ah, okay. Well, I guess it was drat. Okay. Well, guys, I gotta tell you, we learned. That's the whole thing. Thank you for all logging on, and that was a lot of fun. We got to do 2 really good engine games, and we're learning. That's what matters. So you know what? That's the whole thing. It's not always going to be, as they say, roses and days when it's sunny outside. It's the time when it's rainy and you have to climb that hill even though you don't want to for victory. You know what? We're willing to climb the hills, aren't we, guys? We're willing to go the distance and take the road less traveled by, and it makes all the difference. So just keep that in mind when you feel down like, can I go on anymore? Yes, we can. We're a team and we can do it. Like Hannibal Smith said, a plan's only a plan when you actually make your opponent do what you want to do and predict their moves before it even happens so that you have a plan. I think what in the show he says, give me a week, I'm good. Give me 3 months, I'm great. Give me 6, and I'm unbeatable. So you know what? Same with us. Give us enough study. We'll be good. Give us enough, analyzing. We'll be great, and then put us in front of the board, and we'll be unbeatable. So just keep that in mind, guys. And the Lord's always with you too. So remember that. We got to use the mind He's given us. And so, you know what? Like what Bruce Lee says, knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. And you know what? We can do that. We can. Okay. And I'll leave you guys with that thought. And as Wesley So says, through the Lord Jesus, as I say, God bless. And I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, and evening. And I'll be back on, Lord willing, tomorrow, and we'll continue pushing away, getting stronger, sharpening our swords of knowledge, and pushing forward. Also, keep the families in China and in Japan and Taiwan in your prayers and thoughts, because they just got hit with a huge monsoon and storms and everything, and I think it's already went through, but a lot of devastation happened. So just keep that in mind in your thoughts and prayers. Okay, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep up the good work, and we're gonna do this. Okay, one day at a time, one step at a time. Okay, I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.